Beloved soul, before we begin, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Angels use this space to speak to you daily, and if you don't subscribe now, you might miss the message heaven has prepared especially for your heart. Beloved soul, prepare your heart, for the message angels bring today is profound and offers insight that could change how you understand your connection with that special person on your mind. Celestial beings show me that the image you believe this person holds of you, perhaps built on past misunderstandings, harsh words, or prolonged silences, no longer matches reality. A silent, powerful shift has occurred in their heart and mind, a change in perception so significant it will deeply surprise you. You may have grown accustomed to thinking they see you critically, indifferently, or even with superiority. You may have internalized the idea that, to them, you are predictable, someone whose qualities were overshadowed by flaws or moments of fragility. However, angels are here to dismantle that old perception and present the truth that blossomed in silence. What I am about to share could change everything, as how this person views you today isn't about the past, but about the radiant essence you have become. They began seeing you in a completely new way, a way you yourself might not have fully recognized yet. Where they once perceived weakness, they now see extraordinary strength, a resilience that fills them with quiet admiration. They observe from a distance how you've handled adversity, risen from tough situations, and turned your scars into sources of wisdom. This strength was unexpected and has completely disarmed them. The old image of someone they might control or underestimate has dissolved, replaced by the view of a person with an unshakable inner fortress. They no longer see you as someone needing approval, but as someone complete within yourself. And this, beloved soul, both intrigues and fascinates them in ways they would never openly admit. It's important to know, this new perspective isn't superficial. It has pierced through their ego and pride. Before we continue, type this mantra in the comments. I am worthy of being seen in my entirety and light. Angels show me this person now sees your light. It's not a metaphor. It's a real perception of your energy. They sense your vibration, even from afar, and realize your presence brought a peace and clarity they find nowhere else. Your absence created a void, forcing them to reevaluate your true worth in their life. They began noticing your wisdom in small things, past advice that only now makes sense, actions they once didn't grasp, but now appear as acts of great maturity and love. Their perception shifted from seeing someone ordinary to someone of inestimable value. They see you as a beacon, a standard of integrity and kindness. This shift in perspective has left them stunned, wondering how they could have been so blind for so long. How did they not recognize the rare gem before them? This question echoes in their mind, bringing a mix of regret and admiration. They see you as someone who has evolved, grown spiritually and emotionally, and now they feel a step behind, as if needing to catch up. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life aren't mere accidents? Their changed perception is one such work of the universe, prepared for this exact moment. But that's not all. Something even deeper is stirring in their heart that you need to know. This transformation in how this person views you wasn't sudden, beloved soul. It was a slow, gradual, and often solitary process for them. Angels show me the catalyst for this deep change was your absence combined with your growth. When you distanced yourself, physically or emotionally, you created space for them to eventually see who you are without the interference of your old dynamics. Away from your immediate presence, memories began to be reevaluated in a new light. Situations that once seemed trivial, conflicts now appeared to them as moments where your patience and understanding were tested, and you responded with a grace they only now recognize. They began to miss not just the good times, but your essence, the security your energy conveyed. Angels indicate that a specific event in your life, something you overcame with dignity and strength, was a crucial turning point for them. From afar, they watched you face a challenge. Perhaps it was a loss, a professional difficulty, or a personal matter. They expected, perhaps unconsciously, for you to crumble, to need help. But what they saw was the opposite. They witnessed your ability to rise again, to find solutions, to maintain faith and composure amidst the storm. And this sight, beloved soul, shattered their old image of you. It was as if scales fell from their eyes. In that moment, they didn't see the person they thought they knew. They saw a warrior, a resilient spirit that thrives in adversity. This shocked them, because your strength exposed the fragility of their own convictions. They realized they underestimated you, judging your sensitivity as weakness, when it was the source of your immense empathetic and intuitive power. This insight filled them with deep respect, a new and overwhelming feeling they are still learning to process. Additionally, angels point to moments of deep reflection this person had. During sleepless nights or quiet moments, your image came to their mind not as a casual memory, but as an almost real presence. In these hours, they found themselves conversing with you in thought, apologizing for unspoken words or thoughtless actions. It was in these silent dialogues that their heart began to open to the truth. They understood that the peace they sought externally was something they naturally felt when by your side. Your calm, your way of seeing the world with more hope and less cynicism, all of it began to be profoundly missed. Now, before we continue, type 1111 in the comments to call for open paths and the clarity the universe is sending you. If this message resonates and brings peace to your soul, consider making a small donation via the thanks button below. Your loving support is a seed of light that allows us to continue spreading these comforting words to more people in need. Your generosity builds this chain of good. Angels also show me they began to see reflections of you in other people, and no one compared. No other conversation had the same depth. No other gaze brought the same comfort. This constant comparison only served to solidify their new image of you, someone irreplaceable. They realized your connection wasn't common, it was special, and they may have treated something sacred as if it were ordinary. This recognition brought a weight of regret, but also immense clarity. They now see you as a high standard of authenticity, love, and character. You have become, in their mind, an example of what it means to be a true person with a pure heart. This message reaches you at the right moment, but you need to act quickly in your heart to accept this new truth. How they see you today is a gift from the universe, a recognition of your worth that needed to happen for balance to be restored. But what will they do with this new perspective? That's the next step angels are about to unveil. Beloved soul, this new, impactful perception this person has of you wasn't easily accepted. Angels show me this internal understanding created immense conflict within them. Accepting that they see you as this strong, radiant, and irreplaceable person means admitting they were wrong for a long time. For the ego, acknowledging such a deep misjudgment is an arduous battle. Within them, there's a constant struggle between pride, clinging to the old narrative for protection, and the heart, which has surrendered to the truth and can no longer deny what it feels and sees. This conflict leaves them in a state of emotional paralysis. On one hand, they feel an immense urge to approach you, to tell you how much they admire you, to try somehow to fix things. They imagine scenarios where you talk, and they eventually express this respect and admiration. They long for a chance to show you they've changed, that they now see your true value. Yet, on the other hand, an overwhelming fear holds them back. The fear of your reaction is one of their biggest concerns. They wonder, will they believe me, or will they think it's just another game? They fear that time and past wounds have created such a chasm between you that a simple change in perception isn't enough to build a new bridge. They fear rejection. But more than that, they fear not being worthy of this new version of you they admire so much. They feel small before your soul's greatness, and this sense of inadequacy makes them retreat every time they consider taking a step forward. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. It helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Angels indicate this internal conflict appears in their behavior in subtle ways. They might seem distant and cold one moment, then try an awkward, indirect approach the next. This inconsistency isn't a sign of indifference, but a reflection of the war being waged within them. They want to, but don't know how. They feel, but are afraid to show it. Beyond fear, there's also the weight of regret. They look back and see countless missed opportunities, moments when they could have acted with more wisdom, more love, more presence. They regret not just what they did, but especially what they failed to do. This regret is a heavy burden, making them question if they deserve a second chance. They feel trapped between the desire to mend the past and the belief that perhaps there's no fixing it. This duality consumes them, making their days confusing and nights restless. They are learning a very hard lesson about valuing people when they are present. You have become the silent teacher of this lesson. What angels want you to understand is that their conflict isn't about you, but about them. It's about their path to break their own pride, learn vulnerability, and confront their flaws. Your transformation forced them to look in their own mirror, and the image they saw didn't please them. Now, they are in a process of trying to become someone worthy of the person they now perceive in you. Angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Type in the comments, "I receive the energy of angels. My lucky number is 7 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I care for and love very much." If this message touched your heart, show your appreciation by making a small donation by clicking the thanks button below and help spread this message of light to other people in need. Beloved soul, as this person experiences their inner conflict, angels direct this message to you, to your heart and your healing. The understanding that they now see you with admiration and respect can awaken a whirlwind of emotions within you. There might be a sense of validation, a relief at eventually being seen in your truth. But there can also be the shadow of past wounds, the memory of times when you didn't feel valued or understood by them. And it is here that angels bring a word of power and liberation: forgiveness. They ask you to understand that forgiveness at this moment isn't a gift you give to them, but a gift you give to yourself. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting the past or condoning past actions. It doesn't mean unconditionally opening the door for their return. Forgiveness, in its purest and most powerful form, is the act of cutting the energetic chains that bind you to an old version of this story. It's releasing the emotional weight you carry, so you can move forward with lightness, whether with them or not. Angels show that holding on to resentment is like holding a hot coal with the intent to throw it at someone. Ultimately, you are the one burned. The energy of hurt creates blockages in your life, preventing new blessings from reaching you. By forgiving, you're not saying what happened was right. You're saying, "I no longer allow what happened in the past to control my peace in the present." It's an act of reclaiming your personal power, of positioning yourself as the author of your own story of happiness. Angels invite you to do a visualization exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this person before you. See them not with the weight of judgment, but as a soul also learning, also making mistakes. Send them a light of understanding. Say, in your heart, or aloud, "I see your path and your challenges. I release all negative energy that existed between us. I forgive you and I forgive myself. I choose peace." Feel the energy transforming. Feel a weight lifting from your shoulders. This act of forgiveness is foundational for what the universe holds for you both. It purifies the energetic field between your souls, allowing that, if a reconnection occurs, it happens on a new and healthier basis. If not, it frees you to attract relationships aligned with your new vibration of self-love and peace. Type in the comments a list of people, including yourself, you'd like to forgive. Visualize each one, send love, and say, "I forgive you and set you free. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice daily to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. Angels emphasize that forgiving yourself is equally important. Forgive yourself for accepting less than you deserved, for not seeing your own worth sooner, for waiting for someone else to validate you. You did the best you could with the knowledge you had then. Now, you know more. You are more. Honor your growth by treating yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. This person's new perception of you is, in truth, a mirror of the perception you began to have of yourself. They could only see your light when you yourself began to recognize it and let it shine. Therefore, continue nurturing your self-love, your strength, and your inner peace. Forgiveness is the key that opens the door to a future where you are the protagonist, loved, respected, and above all, free, beloved soul. You might wonder how to be sure this change in their perception is real. Angels understand your need to see to believe, and so, they show me the subtle signs the universe is sending, which this person's behavior will begin to display. Pay attention, as these signs won't be grand or theatrical. They will come discreetly, almost like soft indications, testing the waters and showing the conflict and admiration they feel. One of the first signs you might notice is a shift in communication, even if indirect. They might start interacting with your things in ways they didn't before. Perhaps a like on an old photo, a vague comment on a post, or even asking a mutual friend about you. These are small gestures, but they carry enormous weight. They are how their ego found a way to approach, without fully exposing themselves to the fear of rejection. Each of these small actions is a silent cry from their heart saying, "I am here. I am paying attention. I see you." Another important sign lies in the energy you sense. Trust your intuition, beloved soul. Your sensitivity is your greatest compass. You might start sensing their energy differently. If before you felt a vibration of criticism, distance, or indifference, now you might begin to perceive an energy of curiosity, respect, perhaps even melancholy. When you think of them, the feeling in your chest may have changed. Also, pay attention to your dreams. Angels use the dream realm to convey truths that the conscious mind resists. You might have clearer, more peaceful dreams with this person, where there's mutual understanding, a silent apology, or simply a feeling of peace between you. These dreams reflect the energetic transformation occurring in the field you share. Angels also show me that, if there's a casual encounter, their body language will be the biggest indicator. Observe their gaze. Their eyes won't be the same. Instead of a quick or evasive look, you might notice a more prolonged, deeper gaze, as if they are trying to see your soul, trying to understand the person you have become. There might be a contained nervousness, an awkward smile, a difficulty maintaining superficial conversation. All of this indicates that the presence of the new you intimidates and fascinates them simultaneously. They might even try to bring up past memories, but in a different way, perhaps with a tone of nostalgia or regret, as if seeking to validate if the good moments were also important to you. Also, pay attention to synchronicities. The universe will start showing you their name in unexpected places. You might like the same music at the same time, or you might hear someone talking about a topic that was very personal to you both. These are not accidents. They are confirmations from the universe that the connection between you is active and undergoing recalibration. The most important of all signs, beloved soul, will be how they speak of you to others. If you have the opportunity to learn, through third parties, what they say, you will be shocked. The words will no longer be critical or indifferent. They will be words of respect, of admiration for your strength, perhaps even of defense of your person. When someone changes how they speak of you in your absence, it is the most genuine proof that their perception has truly shifted. Be open to seeing these signs, but don't live in expectation of them. Stay focused on your own life, on your peace. They will appear naturally, as gentle confirmations of your immense worth. Beloved soul, it's crucial to understand that this transformation in their perception and the entire dynamic unfolding between you isn't mere fate. There's a greater purpose, a deep spiritual lesson angels are orchestrating for the growth of both your souls. This situation was carefully designed so you could, once and for all, anchor your self-worth, not from another's gaze, but from your inner connection. For a long time, you may have sought external validation, hoping they or others would recognize your qualities to make you feel complete. The universe, in its boundless wisdom, created this distance and initial misunderstanding so you would stop looking outward and start looking inward. It was in the quiet of your own company that you rediscovered your strength, your light, and your self-sufficiency. The insight that they now see you with different eyes arrives at this moment not for you to again depend on their approval, but as an external confirmation of what you've already discovered on your own. It's the universe telling you, see, the light you found within yourself is so intense that others can no longer ignore it. For this person, the lesson is equally profound, but different in nature. Their path is about humility and recognizing true worth. They are learning, the hard way, that a person's worth isn't in appearances or moments of weakness, but in the soul's essence. They are being forced to confront their ego, to break their pride, and to admit their judgment was flawed. Seeing you as a mirror of strength and integrity, they are invited to develop these same qualities within themselves. Your growth is serving as a catalyst for theirs. In this dynamic, you are teachers to one another, even in silence and distance. Share this video with two dear people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. Angels show that this connection between you has deeper roots, perhaps from other experiences, and that there was an agreement between your souls to go through this. The purpose was to break old patterns. For you, the pattern of seeking love externally. For them, the pattern of not recognizing love when it's right before them. Both are being healed through this situation. The angel's message is clear. The main focus of this experience isn't necessarily romantic union, but the individual evolution of each person. The universe is more interested in your healing and empowerment than in any other outcome. If a reconnection happens and is for the greater good of both, it will be a natural consequence of this growth, not the primary goal. Therefore, beloved soul, receive this insight not with anxiety about the relationship's future, but with gratitude for the lesson it is providing you. Celebrate the person you have become. Honor your strength. Continue to cultivate your inner garden, for its beauty is attracting the admiring gaze not only of this person, but of the entire universe. The greater aim is your ascension, your rediscovery as a powerful, complete, and radiant soul of your own light. Beloved soul, all the accumulating energy, their changed perception, internal conflict, spiritual lessons, is converging to a boiling point. Angels show me this person is rapidly approaching a point where they can no longer contain what they feel and think. The internal pressure to act, to do something about this new reality, is becoming unbearable. They feel silence is no longer an option, as it only increases the distance and distress. The universe is aligning circumstances to prompt them to take action. They are being pushed out of their comfort zone. The hesitation and fear that paralyzed them for so long are beginning to be overcome by an even greater need, the need for clarity, to know if a possibility for you both still exists. They no longer want to live in uncertainty, wondering, what if? They feel they need an answer, even if it's not the one they idealize. Angels indicate they are planning an approach. It won't be impulsive, but something they've rehearsed repeatedly in their mind. They are seeking the right words, the right moment, the necessary courage to start this conversation. This approaching communication won't be superficial. It will carry a significant emotional charge. It will come with the intent to express, perhaps for the first time honestly, the admiration they feel for you. They will desire to show you that the person who hurt you in the past is not the same person they are today. They will want you to see their change. The intent behind this imminent action is repair. They feel a deep need to redeem themselves, to ask for forgiveness, not just with words, but with a new stance, a new attitude of respect and appreciation. They want a chance to build something new, on the solid foundation of the truth they now perceive. You might start to sense this approaching energy. You might feel a restlessness, a sense that something is about to happen. Trust this feeling. It is your intuition preparing you for what's ahead. Angels ask you not to fear this moment. You are more prepared than you realize. Your entire path of self-knowledge and strengthening has been your preparation. You are no longer the same person who would react from neediness or pain. Today, you are a person who stands from self-love and wisdom. Their action could come in various forms: a long, sincere message, an unexpected call, or even a desire to meet you in person. Whatever the form, the energy will be one of vulnerability and truth. They will be shedding their pride and showing their heart. What angels want you to know is that their action will be a final test for both of you. For them, it will be a test of their courage and sincerity. For you, it will be a test of your wisdom and discernment. The decision of what to do with the truth they bring will be entirely in your hands. Prepare your heart, beloved soul, for the conversation that could change the course of this story is closer than you imagine. Beloved soul, we have reached the pinnacle of this message. This person's approach is imminent, and with it will come the truth they have held in their heart. When they present themselves to you, stripped of their pride, and with their soul exposed, the ultimate choice will be yours. Angels want to empower you with the clarity that you are the guardian of your own heart and peace. The decision you make should not be based on a painful past or a fanciful hope for the future. It must be firmly anchored in your present, in the wise and strong person you are today. When they express their new perception, their admiration, and perhaps their regret, listen with an open heart, but also with your soul's discernment. Feel the energy behind the words. Their sincerity will be palpable. You will know deep within if their change is genuine and profound. Your intuition will not fail you. Angels advise you to ask yourself some important questions at that moment. Does this person, with this new awareness, align with the life I want to build for myself? Would their presence in my life today add to my peace or disturb it? Am I willing to build something new? Or is my path now to move forward alone? The answers to these questions are not in your mind, but in your heart. There is no right or wrong answer. There is only your truth. If your heart senses their change is real, and there's a solid foundation for a new start, a fresh beginning based on respect, honesty, and mutual admiration, then you can choose to step in that direction. However, if you sense that, despite their sincerity, the cycle between you has concluded, and your path of growth now follows a different road, you have every right to honor that truth. You can accept their apology with gratitude, acknowledge their growth, wish them well, and move forward in peace, with a light heart, for having closed that cycle with love and dignity. The choice is yours, and whatever it may be, it will be the right choice for you. Angels will be by your side, supporting your decision. They want you to know that your worth doesn't depend on their presence or absence. The admiration they now feel for you is just an echo of the love and admiration you've learned to feel for yourself. You are already complete, loved, and valued by the universe. This whole situation has been a great empowering experience. You learned to see yourself through your soul's eyes, and now, the outside world, represented by this person, is just beginning to catch up to that vision. You are the protagonist of your story. You hold the pen. What will you write next? A new beginning together, or a new beautiful solo path? Trust yourself. You will know exactly what to do when the moment arrives. Your inner wisdom is your most reliable guide. If this message resonated with you and your situation, type, "I am seen, valued, and honored" in the comments. Share your experiences below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.